Hey there, everyone. It's GG Sober Son here at the beach, and I am ready to read the 24-hour daybook for February 8th. AA Thought for the Day. When the morning sun comes up on a nice bright day and we jump out of bed, we're thankful to God that we feel well and happy instead of sick and disgusted. I read these off the cuff, by the way. I don't read ahead of time, so my responses are spontaneous for the most part. Serenity and happiness have become much more important to us than excitement and drinking, which lifts us up for a short while but lets us way down in the end. Of course, all of us alcoholics had a lot of fun with drinking. We might as well admit it. We can look back on a lot of good times before we became alcoholics, but the time comes for all of us alcoholics when drinking ceases to be fun and becomes trouble. Have I learned that drinking can never again be anything but trouble for me? Yes. And, the old saying, my disease is in the parking lot doing push-ups, ready to whoop my ass if I ever pick up a drink again. And I love that. It only gets worse. It's a progressive illness. It gets worse, never better. And I've seen that proven too many times. And besides, why would I trade the fellowship that I have and that I craved when I was drinking but couldn't find always to the level that I felt I needed it? Why would I trade what I have now for that? And all the debacles that come with that, with drinking. Meditation for the day. I must rely on God. I must trust Him to the limit. I must depend on the divine power in all human relationships. I will wait and trust and hope until God shows me the way. I will wait for guidance on each important decision. I will meet the test of waiting until a thing seems right before I do it. Every work for God must meet this test of time. The guidance will come if I wait for it. And the key to that passage, I think, is I must depend on the divine power in all human relationships and wait for guidance before I act. Now, I've shared before, I was in a long-term relationship that ended the beginning of December. So, it's just over 2 months ago. But I still think about her every day. And I've made huge mistakes in acting out of my own power without the guidance of God. We basically came to an agreement that it should end, but then I started really missing her, and then rather than doing the right thing, I started acting out of my own power. And I believe that relationship ended because of a lack of fear and a lack of, certainly on my part, trusting on the divine, depending on the divine power in that relationship. I thought I had to keep grinding and doing and making things happen in that relationship, and I became, either aloof or overbearing, and that's what happened in the end. And so, absolutely, in all human relationships as well, I can be overbearing with my kids. What you need to do is, and I can also be standoffish and not contact them for a while. Like, yeah, they should be calling me. Well, whatever. It's a good reminder for sure. So, prayer for the day. I pray that I may meet the test of waiting for God's guidance. I pray that I will not go off on my own, and I have a tendency of doing that as well. in relationships and trying to fix and do, and without even being asked, and that is not a good thing. It's codependent, and it's serving my own purposes instead of God's. And what a great reminder, and what a great way to reflect here at the beach. I hope you enjoy it. Please comment and like if you get something out of this, and let me know you're watching. But always remember to look up, aim up, rise up. Love y'all.